The whole thing was an entire sham. Now, you saw me yesterday looking at these sold out items thinking something isn't right there. How can it go from coming soon to sold out just like that? And now it has emerged that the entire launch of As Ever was a complete stitch up. The Daily Telegraph quoting what they call a well-placed source as saying the items had been made available in small quantities and quickly marked as sold out to generate interest, which is a common marketing ploy. TRG posted, and I was right. The site literally just launched, and look what was marked as sold out before anyone could buy it. Mean it was never stocked. We see you, Rachel. According to Taz, royal YouTube sensation with me now. Oh my goodness, Tash, this launch was so sickening, but she must think we're stupid because something cannot go from coming soon to sold out immediately unless you had no items for sale.
It's the whole thing. I mean, she goes from one blunder to the next, but yes, she does. She thinks everybody's stupid. I mean, it is a marketing ploy that I believe even the Kardashians have used in the past. And yes, it ramps up interest. It's supposed to ramp up interest if you're interested in extremely overpriced jam and honey, of course. But yes, I mean, the fact that they'd sold out within seconds, it just shows that it was just one big jam scam.
Yeah, exactly. The scam jam has now spread to the entire As Ever network. And the thing is, Tash, if you want people to buy into your lifestyle brand, doesn't authenticity matter? Isn't that's what it should be about?
All right, folks, we need to talk about Meghan Markle's latest business move because it is raising some serious red flags. The launch of her As Ever lifestyle brand was supposed to be a game changer. But instead, we got a sold-out message on products that were never even available to buy. That's right, people were clicking to purchase and there was nothing there.
Of course it does. And she's changed, like even the clip that you just showed, Dan, of it being mass produced in some sort of factory environment. She's obviously got lots of them being made somewhere by somebody, somehow, and then they sold out within seconds. And it also takes away the edge of her creating something that is limited edition, something a little bit special. It's looking like it's just manufactured the same as any other jam and she's just stuck her own label on it. It doesn't really have any sort of authenticity of it being the jam like she's been working on. She says that she's been devising this for years, hasn't she? This is a special recipe that means so much to her. It's where it all started. But she thinks, again, we're all stupid, Dan, because if you remember, the jam that she sent out with American Riviera Orchard wasn't raspberry, it was strawberry. So she's completely erased the fact that it was strawberry jam she tried to plug initially. It's madness.
The whole thing is absolutely ludicrous. And now, Tash, it has also emerged that Meghan has decided to go with an online shop run by a truly awful US web firm accused of flogging items that never existed. So she doesn't give a damn. If this is a luxury product aimed at the high end, you don't need to do this sort of trickery. But instead, it feels like what she wants to do is mislead us plebs.
Of course she does. And the fact that she never does any research into anything. We had more recently the Sesta handbags. Those Rwandan women are being paid 10p per hour and have to pay out of their own money for the materials to create those bags that Meghan flogs for, well, she's now flogging through her Click My Link, the affiliated stuff, for $700 to $1,200. And then you had the lattes that she got involved with. Remember the posh coffee? It turned out that the milk that was being created was coming from Chinese worker camps. I mean, it's just a continuous list of her not doing even the basic research. And I don't know if she does it on purpose because she gets extra attention because of all of the backlash and people pointing this out. I honestly am bamboozled by her every single decision that she makes.
Well, it's because she doesn't care about her customers. She treats people
No.
as fools. She wants to become a
Yes.
billionaire, so she's going to do whatever it takes. I mean, why did she choose this snow commerce company? The Mail Online have revealed today it has suffered a slew of poor reviews in recent years and has the lowest possible rating with arguably America's most influential consumer rights organization. One unhappy customer has warned, do not buy anything from any company that uses this joke of a company. Another critic said they are ridiculously bad. They're allegedly selling items that they don't have in stock or don't exist at all. So she has chosen to purposefully go with a company that appears to mislead its consumers, mislead its customers. Yeah. Now, Tash, we have both launched our businesses in recent years. That is the opposite of what you want to do. We are desperate to create loyalty. We value the people who watch our shows and who buy the products that we promote. This is honestly so... It shows her entire attitude to the people who are going to keep her in business, and it's so wrong.
Now, this isn't just a minor mistake. This is classic deceptive marketing, a psychological trick to create artificial demand. If a product is sold out, people assume it's a must-have item. But here's the catch. There's no proof anyone ever bought anything. No customer reviews, no receipts, nothing. This is looking less like a business launch and more like a PR illusion.
There's a bit of me with you saying that. It's given me a thought. Perhaps she's done this on purpose. She's gone with a terrible company that are known for messing up orders, because when she does flop, when this does turn into a disaster and the figures really start coming out that no one's buying it or orders didn't turn up, she can blame it on this company that's already got a bad reputation. She probably went with them because they were cheap, because they obviously had so many bad reviews. But now she's got the perfect reasoning when the sales don't go the way she wants, or maybe media outlets discover, sources start speaking, saying that, that there's nothing, she's not actually created anything to sell. She can say, it's not my fault, it's this company. And it's just it's their modus operandi, isn't it? Where they do that every single time. They've always got someone ready to blame.
Very good point. Actually, very, very good point. Now, some of our favourites, Tash, have been weighing in on this scam. The Royal News Network posted, it's amazing how amateur Meghan Markle sounds when it comes to business. She really thinks a $14 spread in a keepsake package is still accessible in Meghan's view. She's deluded. Also, no one will want that for a hostess gift. It's lame. And of course, the prices are out of control.
They are. They're extremely out of control. I mean, what was it? $28 for a jar of honey. And it's not come from the beehive that she showed off in Netflix. And it's just, everything about it is completely pretentious. But who would want a keepsake for a jar of jam? I find that completely bizarre. A lot of people said it's like the posh perfume boxes that you get. And even when she's talking about the jars, did you know that you can rinse them out, Dan, and you can keep things like love notes in them? Yes, because that's what you want. Here you go, darling. I've bought you a jar of raspberry spread for your anniversary, and you can keep it on your bedside now for the locks of your mother's hair and some love notes. It's just beyond weird.
It is. It absolutely is. And the prices are insane.
I love Jesus. I mean, yeah, it's obviously, the fact that he called it out straight away, but it just goes to show, doesn't it? The whole thing, as I said, it's a scam from start to finish. It's been this mad, desperate scramble from the moment she launched American Riviera Orchard with that creepy video that reminds me of the video from The Ring. If you watch it in 7 days, you'll die. It was just, everything about this has just been a desperate, mad scramble, not getting it trademarked and then fighting with the trademarks and then cat's out of the bag. I've changed the name. Now it's raspberry jam and it was originally strawberry jam. And she just lurches from one disaster to the next. And she can't see why the world is laughing at her. And the fact that she went to that business for women meeting in the Hamptons, and I just think all of those women there must be giggling under their breath, because her business acumen is just, it's legendary for just being a complete and utter comedy disaster. It's a train wreck.
Lady Colin Campbell was having some real fun with
Oh,
this
I bet.
on Talk last night, Tash. Watch.
Think about it. Meghan has Hollywood connections, major PR teams, and a global audience. But instead of launching an actual product, she staged the illusion of a best-selling brand. And trust me, folks, this isn't the first time we've seen Meghan play the media like a fiddle. This isn't just about as ever. This is a pattern. Remember her $20 million Spotify deal? It was supposed to be a game-changing podcast series. Instead, we got one season of scripted conversations and the deal was quietly dropped.
Wow. Tash, your thoughts?
She never minces her words. I love Lady C. She's so funny. She definitely doesn't sugarcoat anything, but I completely agree with her. Who is going to be paying that sort of money outside of her fan base? I mean, you might have a few reporters that are going to want to try it for research purposes to say that they've done it and they've tried it because they can give an honest review on it. But outside of that, I cannot see that all of us have got supermarkets. We've all got shops, no matter what country you're based in. And, you know, there's so many different brands that are going to be a lot cheaper, that are a lot nicer. And the fact that it was meant to be jam and now it's turned into this spread, and it just doesn't look appealing or appetizing in any way. There's nothing, it doesn't even look like it's organic. I mean, has she even listed the contents of what's in those jars and what it's actually made from? I mean, I just find this thing really bizarre. And the fact that she still hasn't had the trademark approved. It's still going through the final stages. And here she is chucking it out there, ready or not.
Ready or not, here I come. Obviously, there's been a whole load of focus on the terrible actions of the Sussex squad, which I'm always here for because I was one of the first to call them out last year. But what I find so hilarious is that Marina Hyde, right, like the wokest columnist for the Guardian newspaper, is even calling out Meghan and the squad. Now, listen to this, Tash. She wrote, "Meanwhile, it goes without saying that despite its brevity, the above paragraph will serve as the twat signal to the so-called Sussex squad, a hilarious cavalcade of single-issue human beings who patrol the internet round the clock, policing any and all criticism of the Montecito millionaire couple, who ironically need expensive security, in part to deal with nutjob fans like them." I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but only vaguely. The squad also does a lot of other valuable work, like explaining that laughing at Meghan's ridiculous Netflix lifestyle show is racist. So once you've lost the Guardian, Tash, you've really lost the left.
They really have. I mean, the twat signal, I think we've got to keep that one down. I think that is the perfect description.
We trigger them every day, though, Tash.
When they're triggered. Yeah, exactly. When they're launched, and they are launched, and I still can't help but feel that sometimes Harry and Meghan are happy with the things that the Sussex squad do. And yeah, they are honestly unbelievable. I saw with Dr. Sophie Chanduka that she's been kicked off the all of the social media accounts because of their targeted harassment. But they do need calling out. More newspapers need to call them out. They are internet terrorists. I have never seen another group before or after, and I don't think I ever will see another celebrity fan base that is so toxic, that are so malevolent. They are honestly, some of them, obviously not all of them, but they really are the scourge of the earth, some of them. They are just unbelievable, the depths they will go to when they target people.
Yes, and
really shocking.
And obviously, Tash, there is just a huge irony in all of this because Dr. Sophie Chandoka is a black woman who, by the way, Prince Harry is now accusing of being a blatant liar. The irony of that, Tash, because if you accuse Meghan of being a blatant liar, even though we had the receipts to prove constantly, time and again, that she was a blatant liar, especially in the Oprah Winfrey interview, you were racist for doing so. But apparently Harry is allowed to call Dr. Sophie Chandoka a blatant liar without being a racist. One rule for me and not for thee.
Even Spotify's executives called it a flop. And let's not forget her Netflix deal. After producing a couple of projects, one of which was literally about herself, the buzz around Meghan and Harry in Hollywood started fading fast. So what does Meghan do? She tries to reinvent herself. Again. This time with a lifestyle brand. But instead of launching a real product line, she gives us smoke and mirrors. And we're supposed to believe this is some groundbreaking business move? Sold out. Or never stocked to begin with. You tell me. People are not buying this, literally and figuratively. Twitter, TikTok, and Reddit have been calling this out all day. Some users are even comparing this to past celebrity, scam brands that were all hype and no substance.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the fact that recently we had Alex Rayner over the weekend, an Etonian friend of Prince Harry's, he said, Harry has told me to brief the media. I mean, the irony in that is just honestly remarkable.
Yes, I'm speaking on behalf of H to the Daily Mail, who you're suing because all of a sudden, Tash, we want to use the Daily Mail now that we need to bring down a black woman who we don't like.
And that's the thing, Dan, like you said, it was a good reference, the fact that when it was Meghan, how could they silence a black woman's voice? And here they literally are targeting a woman to try and silence Dr. Sophie Chandauka. And
because she wouldn't speak up and defend the indefensible, right? Which is quite something. And actually, I will come to that in just a moment. But first, I've got to ask you, Tash, about this ludicrous piece with the New York Times yesterday. It was the New York Times cooking section where Meghan decided to once again pimp out, commercialize her young daughter with the Chantilly Lily, a delicious dessert named after her darling daughter. But then when the recipe runs, Tash, it includes the immortal line, Meghan just happens to have a passion fruit vine in her garden. So accessible this, isn't it, Tash?
She's just so down to earth and one of the people, Dan. Honestly, really, really remarkable. Yes, those of you poor peasants out there that don't have a giant vegetable patch garden, you can't grow your own berries and your fruits, and you don't have a passion fruit vine, don't worry, you'll be able to buy it off of my website shortly for $28 and it can all be yours. Have a little bit of Montecito magic.
But by the way, her mum, Doria Raglan, she's not playing the game, okay? She's not going to pretend that it tastes any good. I have to say, maybe I'm starting to like Doria. I'm like, if I was Meghan, I'd be just keeping her out of every video because she's done with the bullshit. She hated being part of With Love, and now she clearly hated Meghan's New York Times recipe. Watch. That wasn't joy. Is Doria trying to tell us something, Tash?
Oh, I think so. I mean, I don't think she's got a good poker face, really. But again, it's Meghan. She did the same thing. I saw it on So Much With Love, Meghan. When anybody tried anything of hers, Meghan will literally eyeball them at that very moment. She just did the same to Doria. She did it with Vicky. And when she gave her a coffee, and Meghan's looking at her going, well, what do you think? And she just did the exact same thing with Doria then, where she's got the spoon in her hand going, well, mother, what do you think, mother? You like it, mother? Mother, give me a compliment right now, immediately. It's just bizarre behavior from her.
But the friends have to do it, right? The friends have to do it because
Doria's over it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because the friends have to do it because otherwise they're thrust out. Right? They have to. Like Daniel, gay makeup artist, has to be like, you are a goddess. This tastes absolutely amazing. Doria's like, no, you need me in this, girl, because you don't have any other relatives that you can use. They've all been ghosted. And what I found so funny about the banana reference in this video, Tash, is that People magazine blew Meghan's cover earlier this week, revealing that she actually uses this private chef called Brooke Baefsky, Chef Bay, apparently on social media. And when you listen to what she makes for Meghan Markle, I found it so hilarious. Banana bread, because we know Meghan likes bananas, but gluten-free, dairy-free, refined sugar-free, and apparently Meghan loves it.
And let's be honest, folks, this backlash was inevitable. Meghan's entire brand is built on controversy, and when the public feels deceived, they push back hard. This isn't just about one failed product launch, it's about credibility. And right now Meghan's is hanging by a thread. So what's next? Well, if this is another failed business venture, Meghan is running out of second chances. Hollywood has already distanced itself from her after the Spotify and Netflix dramas. And if, as ever, turns out to be a glorified PR stunt, it's game over.
Yeah, honestly, I make banana bread at least once a week, and I find that really funny. But yeah, the fact is that we've seen Meghan's recipes that she cooks for people. When she gave a recipe, I think it was to go towards the World Central Kitchen Cookbook. When she, obviously, Meghan likes to do a press release when she does anything nice, and then she's baked cakes for people and stuff. And you just know that she has got someone baking this stuff for her until they get it right to the specifications that she wants. And you know that she would be that painful where she'd be like, I don't want eggs in it, I don't want that in it, that it can't have that. And it's just an impossible task, really.
I know. It was also interesting for me, Tash, that she decided to invoke the Maori culture, which I know a lot about, being from New Zealand, in one of her posts, posting this Haere ake nei, and she then added on the As Ever official account, Meghan here, it may be April Fool's Day, but we aren't joking. Tomorrow's the big day. Thank you to my OG TIG girls, including Hannah, who gifted this piece all the way from New Zealand. It means as ever in Maori. Grateful for each and every one of you. The countdown begins, and then yet again showed these two poor people who I genuinely want to get some psychiatric help for, because they have apparently had as ever tattooed. I bet it's temporary. I bet this whole thing is a scam as well. But I just thought it was very interesting that she's trying to invoke the Maori culture, Tash, because of course Meghan Markle pissed all over the Commonwealth, and on the whole the Maori people are very into the Commonwealth. And I mean, you obviously have the extremists who believe that New Zealand should be a republic, etc., etc. But I just thought that was really interesting, because really you didn't give a damn about the Commonwealth, Meghan. You quickly got away from it as soon as you possibly could.
Yes, I'd imagine. I think Meghan, as part of the tour, she went over to New Zealand as well, didn't she? As part of the Australasia tour when they got married. You know, she probably offended people there. She seems to offend people of every country that she's been to so far. But with Meghan using that, it's so funny you bring up those tattoos, because that has always made me think exactly the same. But also bearing in mind that Meghan was going there as a surprise. That's what she said, that these women, these young girls that are apparently big fans of the TIG for the last 10 years, to be honest with you, 10 years ago, they looked like that they would be in middle school. And they didn't know that she was coming. So why did they go have tattoos to surprise her? Nothing she ever says actually syncs up with reality. It's very obvious. And the fact that they bought her a bag of gifts as well for Archie and Lily, she was seen going through them in another Instagram reel that she uploaded. And it's the fact that she's just constantly telling fibs. They must have known that she was going. Otherwise, why would they have got that to show her? Look, we love you so much. She just stumbles over herself. There's just too many lies. What was it Piers Morgan called her? Princess Pinocchio. I think that still stands.
Yeah, big time.
The biggest question now, was this ever meant to be a real business? Or was it just another Meghan Markle publicity move designed to keep her name in the headlines? Because let's face it, at this point attention is her real currency. Look, Meghan Markle is a master of reinvention. But here's the problem, you can only play the victim card for so long before people catch on. And right now, the cracks in her carefully curated image are starting to show. If she wants to be taken seriously in business, she needs real products, real transparency, and real credibility. Otherwise, she'll just be remembered as the Duchess who cried sold out. So what do you think? Was this a calculated PR stunt or just another royal business fail? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Alright folks, that's it for today's deep dive. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more unfiltered commentary, and let me know in the comments. Do you think Meghan Markle's As Ever brand is a scam, or is this just bad marketing? Let's hear it.